All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, my name is Addy, and on this channel, I essentially document my entire SMMA slash AI agency journey, showing you guys the progress all the way from $0 per month, starting as a complete beginner and entirely from scratch, to now where we're actually scaling past $50,000 per month with the agency. And once again, the main goal of this channel is to document everything that I'm doing, show you guys all my success, but also my failures, hoping that you guys can take some insights and pretty much implement the lessons that I've learned within your own businesses as well. So yesterday, I actually hit a pretty good revenue number within the business, and I wanted to give you guys an update about that. We hit about $15,500 in new cash collected. It shows a lot of failed payments right here because the card kept getting declined. They had to call their banks and everything like that. For some reason, I was noticing that issue with American Express. But this is essentially me signing a few new clients and also one continuation contract for an existing client, and it was definitely a pretty good day. Obviously, back in the day, these type of numbers used to feel a lot different. Now it's just a part of the process. It's funny that it doesn't even feel like I hit anything significant. I honestly remember the feeling when I signed my first client on a free trial basis last year, and it felt so amazing, in that moment that I finally broke through. I finally made some sort of progress, and that was essentially what led me here. That one free trial client. Now I'm obviously charging a few $1,000s for every single one of these clients, but it just doesn't feel the same. Now I'm not complaining or anything. Don't get me wrong. These type of numbers are definitely great to hit, but I'm just kind of letting you guys know. Anyways, to give you guys an idea of what this series actually looks like, we started a $50,000 per month series actually just a few weeks ago. Specifically, oh, sorry, no, not a few weeks ago, 5 months ago. That's when I released the first video related to that. And essentially, what we're doing, a part of this process is fixing everything related to the agency, starting off with outreach and acquisition, right? I've got a few different things here. So we have paid ads, DM systems, and cold email. Right now, I am scaling paid ads and it's working great, but I have noticed there's times where it can potentially dip down and traffic can stop, right? Obviously, that means that you need to start spending more, try different angles. But at the end of the day, I don't want to just rely on one single acquisition channel. If tomorrow my ad account gets restricted or something goes wrong, I don't want to be like, fuck, I'm screwed, right? I don't want that to be the main source of income. So I do want to create a few different channels as well. I'm thinking cold email to start off with, just because I've seen other businesses use that and it works well. I have actually tried setting it up before, spent a few $100s with it, but I don't know what went wrong. It actually didn't work at all. I was having a hard time getting past the tech issues that I was facing. It wasn't actually me setting it up, it was somebody else. Um, but same thing, right? That's something I do want to fix if I do it the second time. After that, we have the DM systems. That's something I'm going to be considering. I have actually released a video on that before. That is one of the most viewed on my channel, actually. How to send thousands of DMs every single month for your SMMA, entirely automated as well. So this is something that I enjoyed using. This is how I signed my first few clients, and it works great if you have different angles, different offers. Um, Obviously, the quality won't be as great as different channels where it's more people coming to you, right? Things like ads. But at the end of the day, they still work great. It can still be used as another source of traffic. So I think that's something I'll definitely be experimenting with as well, and scaling this time. Right. After this, we have operations. That's one thing I definitely want to improve as well, making everything streamlined. Things like client onboarding, making it as automated as possible. I'll give you guys an example of something I've built out recently. Well, I haven't personally built this out. Well, I did half of it, but I hired a developer to build the second half of it. I'm going to be releasing a video on this in the next few weeks, so you guys can stay on the lookout for that. But it's essentially automating the entire onboarding process. So right when a client fills out the onboarding form, they give us a ton of information that we request. That all gets pulled into make.com. From there, a bunch of different client folders are being created, registration documents, onboarding documents, ads management documents, everything's being filled out with the information that we actually received from them. From there, we have a few more folders, and then here's where the real sauce is. I am creating a Go high level sub account automatically without doing any work. And then the sub accounts being uploaded into that sub account as well. The snapshots being uploaded into that sub account as well. Company info is being filled out into the business section. custom values are being filled out, and then their users being added in. One more thing that I want to add in here as well is GPT agents. So I want a few different GPT agents working also, pretty much for deep research. Once I hop on the onboarding call, I have a full document outlining everything related to the business, all their information, their competitor analysis, different types of things, etc. The other thing is ad copy creation, um, ad creation as well. I might have to use N8N and a few different other softwares for all of that to come to life. But I think within make.com, I'm going to be creating a few different GPT agents to work here as well. So this is an example to give you guys an idea of what I mean by client onboarding and streamlining different processes. And once again, I'm going to be releasing a video on that. That's going to be a bit more extensive in the next few weeks. After this, we have sales process. To be completely transparent with you guys, I don't really follow any sort of framework or script right now. I actually hop on these calls with this angle where I'm like, look, let's just have a real conversation, human to human, business owner to business owner. Let's see if there's potential for us to work here. One thing that I'm going to promise you is that I'm not going to come here with a memorized script or any sort of objection handling script. If there's potential here, then we can have that conversation. But if not, I'm just going to make sure that you get the most amount of value from this call. Once I set that frame, I'm telling you guys, it's changed the game. Now, I know a lot of people use those crazy sales scripts. I'm not calling them crazy because I know it works. I've seen it work where you're getting a bit more emotional with the prospect, talking to them about their family and their kids, everything like that. I'm not a fan of that. There's also, people in my space, they're also a lot older. So if they hear that, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up. Right. Whereas if you're using that, let's say you're selling a course to agency owners and you're trying to use that framework, I could see it working. I've seen it work as well in that type of niche. But specifically for mine, I don't see that type of framework working better than just being as human as possible. So that's something to keep in mind because I know a lot of other people in this online business space are telling you guys otherwise. But try it. Try just being as human as possible on these sales calls. Throw away the script and just have a real conversation and listen. Because when you use a sales script, your brain shuts off and you're just trying to jump to the next section as soon as one section ends. So try throwing the sales script out the window for one call and just listen and just respond based on what they're saying and see if you can help. Don't think that you need to sign the client. That's just a piece of advice, something that works for me. So I figured I'd share it with you guys. Anyways, after this, we have service delivery. That's definitely something I want to work on quite heavily. And a lot of people actually focus more on client acquisition, right? This type of stuff, signing more clients, making more money. But for me, I don't want to make more money if what I'm selling isn't something I believe in and I wouldn't buy myself. So that's actually something I'm going to be focusing on, and I have been focusing on quite heavily. So this can include a bunch of different things. Obviously, there's going to be a big AI element piece with this, right? Using a bunch of different softwares to improve all this stuff, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But course walkthroughs, right? One thing that I've noticed when a client gets onboarded, there's a set list of questions that a majority of them tend to ask because maybe I haven't answered them properly for them. So to essentially fill that gap, I'm planning on creating a course that essentially walks them through everything that they need to know. How to go high level, how to use this, how to use that, how to sell, etc., etc. Offer creation, ad system, Facebook and Google both, installing systems, conversational booking bot. For this, I use CloseBot. If you guys go back to my channel, you could see that I actually brought on the founder. Where is that one? Right here. So I brought the founder on. His name's Bryce. Super great guy. Um, Even before doing all that, I was actually using the software myself, and it's been working extremely great. I tried using a Pointwise, it just didn't work for me. So CloseBot was the one that actually worked quite well. It can sound as human as possible, and there's a lot of customizations that can be made compared to a Pointwise, which I personally love. After that, we have sales training or setters. So this is definitely something I'm dabbling with. I created a call center. It didn't work as well as I thought it would. I hired somebody from, where was he from? Jamaica. Even though he sounded just like me, right? And it just didn't work. He didn't have that aggressive sales um, quality in him. And it's interesting. I actually have a screenshot here. Also, I hired this guy named Julian to start off with, and he was working extremely well. And within one day, my man's just quit on me. So that was unfortunate. But he definitely had that sales quality in him, right? That aggressive nature that you kind of need to sell. Whereas the second guy that I brought on, he was a bit more mellow and monotone, and he just didn't have it in him. So I'm going to be hiring somebody else, probably. I'm thinking North American sales agent this time. Somebody that talks more like me, has that sales style as well. So that's something to consider. So just to touch on this, I know there's a lot of conversation about VAPI AI and all these different softwares related to calling, AI calling, and I just don't think that it's there yet. One thing to keep in mind is there's a lot of people talking about the software. I haven't really seen anybody actually implement it for their clients, and I haven't seen the AI agent actually book appointments and do a good job with that. There's a lot of people talking about it just because it's a buzzword and it's obviously going to drive clicks, but at the end of the day, I haven't really seen any results related to it. Right, with the conversational booking bots, if you guys search up AppointWise and CloseBot, you're going to be able to see a ton of results with it. Um, I personally use it, so I have faith in it as well. But it's definitely something, if you guys just give it a quick search, you're going to be able to see a bunch of people that are already utilizing it and implementing it. Whereas for VAPI, I haven't really seen too much content related to that. There was actually somebody that sent me a video. They built out a full bot for me because they heard me talking about it in one of my videos, and they built it out for pretty much people in my niche. So selling for people in my niche, and it sounded extremely robotic, and it just wasn't there yet. Obviously, I'm thinking that it's going to be in the next few months, but currently, I just don't think that it is. After this, it's helping them with their organic strategies, communication plus meetings as well, streamlining that process, making sure all clients get the same amount of attention. After this, we have hiring. There's a few different things that I haven't actually included here. One thing is going to be a CSM, hiring a CSM, right, a client success manager, making sure they communicate with all the different clients and everybody's getting the right type of attention. That's definitely going to be one of my next hires also. After that, we've got the internal setters and closers, external setters, which is going to be related to setters which are client facing, so kind of like a call center. Definitely something I'm going to be looking into more. I've already built it out in the past. It just didn't work out as well as I thought it would. But I know there's a gap in the market related to that in terms of setters for my clients. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be looking to solve. And then a media buyer for both Meta and Google. We're going to be working on bringing somebody on for that. So that's kind of a quick walkthrough. I thought I would just run through this once again in case there's some new viewers that don't know who I am or what I'm exactly doing on this channel. If you guys have any sort of questions related to anything that I do or anything that I cover on this channel, just send me a message on Instagram. Everything's going to be linked below. I always enjoy helping you guys out in any way that I can, so make sure you guys don't hesitate. But that's really all I had in this video right here. I'm going to be releasing a ton more over the next few weeks, getting way more consistent with uploading, and I want to show you guys as much as I can the transparent journey of growing this type of business. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.